Hey guys, welcome to the movie. Today we're doing Shadow in the Clouds. So let's go. What is this movie? What is it about? What do I think about it? General thoughts. I enjoyed the movie. It was good. I think it's a fun, great, horror. It's a horror movie, I think, at the end of the day. Has some other things going on with it, but at the end of the day, there's a monster, a creature, and makes a horror movie for the most part. The most time that makes something a horror movie, but yeah. So it's about this girl, the main actor, who's played by Chloe, and I can't remember the rest of her name. She plays Hit Girl in the Kick-Ass movies. She was in Greta. She's a new Tom and Jerry movie. She did a bunch of stuff, but yeah, her. You know the actor I'm talking about. Maybe I'll pull a picture here if I want to be a little edited savvy for this episode and put that there. I did that, so I can try to maybe do that. Try to remember that. So yeah, she plays the main character. She's going on this ship. I think it's the Royal Gambit. I'm sorry if I'm getting the name of the ship wrong. I think it's called the Royal Gambit. So you go on it, she finds it, goes on this out in the middle of the airfield, and this is I don't know, I forget what era this is set in. It's back in I think it's the Second World War, but I'm not sure what war this is, because I think they talked about Japan, so I think it's World War II. I'm not sure what place, I can't remember the exact time and place it's taking place, but during one of the wars, and it's not World War I, it's after that, World War II or after, but yeah, she gets on the plane, and then everybody's like, I want to see your confidentials. They eventually give it to her, give the confidentials and stuff. I'm like, okay, we'll have to see, I don't know anything about it. And they get on, and then eventually she gets thrown down in the cockpit, the little thing on the floor, opens up a hatch, she goes into the thing, the little gunner thing, where you sit down there, and you go around and shoot kind of stuff. She's kind of cramped in there, a little space, and she hears the guys talking about her on the thing, saying all kind of rude stuff about her, how they want to have sleep with her, have sex with her, and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, oh, I can hear you, fuckers. And yeah. You can also, that's one of the things about this movie, you can tell us very much about, yeah, that's not okay. Well, for the record, that's not okay to do at all. I'm totally, you shouldn't just say that at all. That's kind of mean. But that was also, back in that time period, it wasn't as bad, but it's bad, yeah, it's not a good thing. But yeah, he eventually tells them off, and not all of them are bad, so that's one thing. So not all of them are bad. But yeah, so eventually we find out, and I like the first chunk of the movie after she gets on and goes in that cockpit, most of the rest of the thing, you're in the cockpit. You're in that little cockpit where saying you don't see anybody else, so that's kind of cool. It's basically her down the cockpit, and you hear her talking to him up there, so you really get just her, and they do some flashes of hey, I'm this guy. Hey, I'm this guy, and do little flashes. But that's it, so you don't really get to see anything up top until she actually goes up there near and then maybe when the ship gets attacked and stuff. But yeah, and also there's a monster. She has a bag. She's carrying something secret in it. You don't know what it is. But she also, there's this monster who's trying to attack her ship. Don't know why. And obviously nobody believes her and stuff. In every horror movie, oh, I saw this thing. I don't believe you. You're telling lies. To me, I'd be like, okay. I would, in normal circumstances, I would be I kind of want to believe you because I've been in a horror movie. So I'm don't want to take that chance. That there is, I'm gonna take a chance and there'll be nothing, then there'll be something, because, obviously, but yeah, so obviously, this is a movie about her, and now I'm gonna get into, I wanna say this, I can think about a good point to mention, I wanna say spoilers, I'm gonna talk about the rest of the movie, spoiler free, so, get ready, if you didn't want to get spoiled, here we go. So she eventually gets on, we find out what's in the thing, and it's a baby, it's her baby, and we find out that the other guy on the ship, one of the other guys on the ship, is her love interest, and find out that she was dating this guy who was really awful, was beating her and doing all kinds of awful shit, and she wanted to leave. And it really makes sense. I'm yeah, he was an awful person, and then eventually the creature attacks, obviously it attacks her a lot down there, and then he does attack some Japanese planes and attack them, but he's doing it all to protect the kid, and then eventually the monster you see is going after the kid, so it's oh shit, the monster's going after the kid, that's the whole thing. So the monster we know is going after the kid. Trying to go after the kid, so obviously she gets to a point where she's hanging upside down the bottom plane, climbing over to get the baby is on a thing, is about to dangle off 100 feet in the air. I was oh, it's pretty shit, it's cool. It's a cool action stuff, horror movie, it's great. There is action, there's a lot of her fighting the monster and stuff in a more action-y way, it was cool. And some action scenes are great. So once he gets the baby, goes on top, and then we find out that obviously the beast comes and starts attacking a bunch more of the crew, and might already attack some, but yeah. We find out that most of the guys who are assholes and jerks on the top, I kind of want to do this, the only ones that make it are the one guy who's the boyfriend, or the guys he likes, the one guy who was driving, who he talked to in the beginning about, hey, you want to go see your girl, whatever, he lived, because he's also younger and stuff, so, and he wasn't really bad, so he can't live. Any other pilot guy, who also seems to be a nice guy. I don't remember people other guys talking, saying some of the remarks, but I was, he was, but, you know, I digress. But yeah, so those 3 lived, so like, oh, everybody who deserved to live lived, and everybody who deserved to die died. I'm like, yay, cool. Nobody who I didn't want to die, didn't die, and obviously, you guys think about it, it's also part of the time, but yeah, they kind of deserved it. But yeah, it's cool. Events the end, he fights the monster one more time after the ship crashed, and then as they crash the plane or whatever, and then he fights him and he kills him, and then boom, end. But it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Really, I liked it. It's a fun movie. I really enjoyed it. Chloe's great in the movie, so yeah, great movie. So what do you guys think of Shadow in the Clouds? Let me know in the comments down below. And I rate this a solid 8. Like, it's a solid 8. I almost want to give it an 8.5, but I don't do those. We just do it out of 10, and we don't do no halves or anything like that. But yeah, I would say it's 8.5 if I did do that. But it's like an 8. I give it a solid 8. But I'm going to give it 8, no 8.5. We're just going to do solid 8 because I don't do 8.5. But if I did, we're going to stick with 8. We're going to stick with 8. It's going to be 8. So 8. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And you guys can always stay up. See you next week, guys. Bye.